Hello everyone, my name is Deven, and this is my speech to commemorate Hayao Miyazaki. Imagine a world full of mythical creatures and adventures, something that you would only see in a book or in a dream. Hayao Miyazaki has brought many of these things to life throughout with his illustrations and his animations. With the recent research that I've collected, I will be able to tell you some fascinating facts about Hayao Miyazaki and his films. The commemoration of his life and the many films he has created has entertained audiences back then and audiences today. As he is one of the most greatest animation directors in Japan, Hayao Miyazaki has the most successful motion films there. And with the help of Disney, he was able to distribute these films worldwide for us all to see. Now, before we get started, I would like to show you an image that I've obtained from Imgur. It is an image taken back in 2008 of Hayao Miyazaki at the age of 79. Hayao Miyazaki was born on January 5th, 1941, in Tokyo, Japan. He was born in a family of 4. His family business was involved in manufacturing warplanes during World War II. This brought about a major influence onto Hayao Miyazaki. At first, he had a love for planes. He always wanted to fly in one, and it was also shown in many of his future films, counting Porco Rosso. This also brought an influence to where he stated later on in his future of how he felt guilty of his parents profiting from the war. In 1958, the film Hakujan was released by Toei Animation, which gave him a slight interest in animation. But at the time, he was more interested in becoming a comic book artist instead of an animator. After all this happened, in 1963, when he graduated from his university majoring in economics, he decided to work at Toei Animation. That is where he met 2 people who would bring a big influence onto his life. He met Takahata Izayo, a lifelong friend and later on one of the founding fathers of Studio Ghibli. While he was working at Toei Animation, many workers were impressed by his vast amount of ideas and his artwork. Another person, Akemi Oda, who later on in 1968 became his wife, was also a major supporter of his films. In 1971, Hayao Miyazaki decided to move with Takahata to another film area called A-Pro Studios, but then again, later on decided to move to Studio Pictures in 1973 for the next 5 years. During that time, Hayao Miyazaki wanted to focus more on his manga and the films that he always wanted to create. In 1980, the manga series Natsuko Valley of the Wind became very popular, and then he decided he wanted to create a film off of it. But it wasn't until 1983 when he decided to work onto the film, and then a year later it was released. He did not expect it, but his film became very popular throughout the nation as it hit many box office records that day. Due to its success, it was also able to create Studio Ghibli with Takahata, like his friend that he always wanted to create. He was also criticized for creating something no one's ever created before in that lifetime. Around the 1990s, when Tokuma, a father company of Studio Ghibli, was going through a financial situation, then Disney decided to give him a deal of supporting them would help distribute the films throughout the world. On January 14, 1998, Hayao Miyazaki announced that he would be leaving Studio Ghibli, not due to anything, but it was just due to his illness. He thought that he couldn't create the films that he was always wanting to create due to his sickness, so he decided to take a leave. And later on, in the 2000s, he decided to take a comeback, but not as an animator, but as a leader. To the conclusion, Hayao Miyazaki helped create the world of animation and imagination that we see it today. He loved what he did and continues to this day creating films to entertain us. It was also due to the help of Disney that he was able to distribute all these films throughout the world for all of us to see here. Like Miyazaki, we hope to find a way to do what we love to do and apply that to what we want to do for our jobs in the future. Thank you.